Hello students, welcome to Easy Maths channel by Rajeshwari. In the videos of trigonometry chapter, I have left this problem to explain. Some of the students have asked me the solution of this problem. So today I have brought the solution for this problem and I will explain you this problem today. But before explaining this problem, a similar problem is given in the example. Before the exercise 11.1, a solved example is given in the textbook. So this problem is similar to that. So first I would like to explain you that problem, then I will explain you this. Let's begin the problem. This is example 2. Are you ready with your notebook and pen? So let's start. Let's read the question. If angle A and angle P are acute angles such that sine A equals to sine P, then prove that angle A equals to angle P. Here, what is the given condition? The given condition is angle A and angle P are acute and sine A is equals to sine P. This is given. What we have to prove? We have to prove that angle A is equals to angle P. So these are the two triangles given. First triangle is triangle ABC. Another is triangle PQR. Okay. So here angle A and this angle P, they are acute angles. So whenever you start a problem to solve, what you have to do first, you write down here what is given. The given condition is what is given? Angle A and angle P are acute. Second condition given is sine A equal to sine P. Now what we have to prove? Required to prove. What is the required to prove? We have to prove that angle A equals to angle P. Okay, so let us start the proof of this problem. Consider here we know that is sine A is equals to sine P. Why? Why is sine A equals to sine P? Because it is given in the question. So sine ratio, do you remember sine ratio of angle A? Sine ratio of angle A, opposite upon hypotenuse. Here it is 90 degree. So opposite to 90 degree is always hypotenuse. And here it is 90 degrees. So opposite to 90 degrees is always hypotenuse. So here angle A, opposite side of angle A is CB. Opposite side of angle P is QR. Okay, and hypotenuse in this triangle is AC and in this triangle is PQ. Right? So let us put the value of sine A. Sine A, opposite upon hypotenuse. Opposite is BC upon hypotenuse is AC. And sine P value? Sine P value will be QR upon PQ. QR upon PQ. As this is a ratio, so let this take as K. Suppose this is as K. Now, from this, BC will be equal to K into AC. And QR will be equal to K into PQ. Right, all of you? Here AC is divided, it will become here K into AC. Here PQ is divided, it will become K into PQ. So this we have to substitute in the next equation. But before that we have to use Pythagoras theorem. You remember Pythagoras theorem? Can you apply for this triangle? Yes. For triangle 1. For triangle 1, apply Pythagoras theorem. AC square is equals to AB square plus BC square. Here ratio is given BC upon AC, means BC and AC sides are given, but about AB not given, na? So AB and PQ. Oh, sorry, AB and PR. About this sign, anything not given. So what we have to do? We have to consider the side AB here, and we have to consider the side PR here. Okay, opposite upon hypotenuse, that is given, but this side, adjacent side, is not given. So what we have to do? We have to consider the ratio of adjacent sides of angle A and P. Okay, so let us take AB upon PR. AB upon PR. Here, use Pythagoras theorem in another triangle. That will be PQ square is equals to PR square plus QR square. Now find AB from this equation. BC will go here, and as it is AB square, we want AB, so we have to put square root of AC square minus BC square upon. Similarly, in this, we want PR square. PR we want, but here it is square, so we have to put a square root. This QR will go here, so it will become PQ square minus QR square. Now follow the substitutions. Here, what are the substitutions? BC value we have to put as KAC, and QR value we have to put as KPQ. So let us substitute the values. AC square minus BC value is KAC. So K square AC square upon square root of PQ square minus QR value is K square PQ square. K square PQ square. Now what to do in next step? Here we can observe that AC square is common. Here PQ square is common. So take common AC square in bracket. If you take AC square common from this, nothing is left means 1 minus. Here K square is left. Whole upon. You take here PQ square common. 1 minus K square is left in the bracket. So K square, 1 minus K square, 1 minus K square will get cancelled, and you will get the square root of, I will write together, AC square upon PQ square, and square root will get cancelled. You will get AC upon PQ. Okay, we will get AC upon PQ. So what we have got? We have got that AB upon PR is equal to AC upon PQ. Okay, so let me write here the remaining part of the problem on the same page so that you can understand. AB upon PR is equals to AC upon PQ. Look here, AB upon PR we have solved and we reached at AC upon PQ. So AB upon PR is equals to AC upon PQ. Means in this triangle you see AB upon PR is equals to AC upon PQ. When two sides are the ratio of two corresponding side is same, the third side's ratio will automatically will be same. So then next will be BC upon QR, which will be equal to BC upon QR. So we observe that ratio of all three corresponding sides are equal. So what is the condition for similarity of polynomial? What is the condition for similarity of two polygons? Triangle is a polygon having three sides. So similarity conditions are their corresponding sides are in same ratio and angles are equal. So here we have proved that the corresponding sides are in the same ratio. Therefore, triangle ABC is similar to triangle PRQ. PRQ. Okay. So angle A will be equal to angle P, because when two triangles are similar, the corresponding angles are equal. This is the condition for similarity. The corresponding sides should be in the same ratio and corresponding angles must be equal. Then the two triangles are similar. So we have proved that corresponding sides are in the same ratio. So two triangles will become similar. That's why their corresponding angles are also equal. Angle A will be equal to angle P. This only we have to prove. So quite easily solved. Right? Similarly, you have to solve this sixth example from exercise 11.1 of Telangana SSC syllabus textbook. So here triangle ABC and XYZ are given. Let us draw the triangle. A, B, C and X, Y, Z. This angle, and this is 90 degree. Okay. So here we have to prove that angle A is equals to angle X, means this angle A is equals to angle X, that we have to prove. Same steps you have to follow. Here cos A equals to cos X given. Okay. So what we have to do? First we have to write given. What is given? Angle A and angle X are acute. Second condition given is cos A is equals to cos X. Now required to prove. What is required to prove? What we want to prove? That angle A is equals to angle X. Okay. So how to prove? Proof of this problem. Consider cos A equal to cos X. Why? Because it is given in the question. Okay. Cos A. What is the ratio of cos? Adjacent upon hypotenuse. What is adjacent here for A? AC. Right? And hypotenuse is AB. Are you getting what I am explaining? Yes, good. AC upon AB means adjacent upon hypotenuse is equals to, here adjacent is xz upon xy. Xz upon xy. Consider this as k. So what it implies? AC value will be k into AB and xz value will be k into xy. Okay, these two are the substitutions we have to do in the next step. So here adjacent side considered, hypotenuse considered, opposite side we have not considered. So now we will find the ratio of opposite sides, opposite corresponding sides of both the triangle. So BC upon YZ. Apply the Pythagoras theorem in ABC triangle. AB square is equals to AC square plus BC square. So BC will be is equals to square root of. Actually we want BC, not BC square. So if I write BC, we have to take square root. If you can't write directly, better you find BC by using Pythagoras theorem in this triangle and find the value of YZ by using Pythagoras theorem in this triangle. Okay. So I will write directly AB square minus AC square whole upon square root of YZ will be XY square minus xz square. Now substitutions. What are the substitutions here? Hmm? What, tell me? AC value is KAB. Look here. AC value is KAB. Okay, so AC value we have to put K into AB. So AB square minus KAB square whole upon square root of xy square minus xz square. Value is kxy. So k square xy square. Okay, now take common. In this, AB square is common. AB square will get, if AB is taken common, here 1 is left. Minus, from here if you take AB square common, K square is left. Okay, whole upon square root of xy square common. So 1 minus K square is left. 1 minus K square, 1 minus K square will get cancelled. You will get a square root of AB square upon square root of xy square. Square root again cancel. We'll get AB upon xy. So what we have started with? We have started with BC upon yz and we have reached at AB upon xy. So BC upon yz is equals to AB upon xy. So third side will be automatically, the ratio of third side will be automatically equal to this. So which one? BC considered. Look in the triangle. BC we have considered. Okay. AB also we have considered. BC, AB considered. Now AC. AC upon XZ. So ratio of third side. AC upon XZ. So ratios of corresponding sides are equal. Hence, triangle ABC is similar to triangle XYZ. If triangles are similar, then corresponding angles are equal. So which angle we want? Angle A is equal to angle X. Okay. You learn the property that when the two triangles are similar, ratios of their corresponding sides are equal and corresponding angles are also equal. Or you can say corresponding sides are in proportion and corresponding angles are equal. If you remember this, then you can understand this last step. See, corresponding sides are in proportion, equal to sign is there. They are in proportion. So triangles are similar. That's why corresponding angles are also equal. Excuse me. So you can understand, I think you understood these type of problems, how to solve. Steps are same steps you have to follow in both the problems. Here Pythagoras theorem, if you can't write directly, solve by the side and write the value of BC by Pythagoras theorem and YZ by Pythagoras theorem. But you have to take care, okay, when we have taken this ratio in this problem, we have not considered opposite side ratio, though, so we are taking here opposite side ratio. In previous problem, adjacent side ratio was not considered, so here you have to take the ratio of adjacent side. If you remember this, then it will be so easy for you to solve this problem and you practice it 2 times. If still any doubt, you can ask me by commenting in the comment box. Till then, bye bye.